Imagine a day when almost no flights leave China for the rest of the world. The date is today, April 26, 2026. On the surface, things might seem normal. Shops are open. Trains are running within the country's vast borders. Children are in school. The great airports of Beijing, Shanghai, Guangzhou are unusually quiet. The departure boards, usually filled with destinations like Tokyo, Bangkok, Doha, London, show cancellation after cancellation. This appears to be a problem for travelers and airlines, but it is much more than that. It is the first sign of a hidden risk. In the next minutes, we will follow how this single, quiet moment becomes a chain reaction through first hits, deeper system effects, feedback loops, and a lasting change to how the world moves. Why would China suddenly ground so many of its international flights? The first reasons that come to mind are often correct, but incomplete. Reports this April pointed to real and immediate causes. Surging jet fuel prices driven by new tensions in the Middle East made many long-haul routes unprofitable. Routes to Japan and Southeast Asia saw cancellation rates near 45%. Some reached 100%. Add convective weather, staffing shortages, and airspace flow restrictions. On April 12th, major hubs saw over 1,400 delays and more than 160 cancellations. These events aren't unusual alone. The mistake is seeing them in isolation. When several pressures hit at once, they compound into a larger crisis. Air travel carries two vital flows: people and high-value goods. It connects economies, cultures, and companies. When a major node like China goes quiet, it doesn't just leave a gap. It weakens adjacent links. So the question is not just why flights stop, but how the stoppage propagates. To see the whole picture, we follow the shockwave step by step. When a wave of international flights is grounded, the first effects are sharp and clear. The most visible impact is on people. Millions of travel plans are thrown into chaos. From the Great Wall to Kyoto's temples, trips are canceled. Families are separated. Students miss semesters abroad. Business travelers are stuck. Meetings vanish from calendars. Contracts go unsigned. Opportunities are lost. For airlines, the financial hit is immediate. A single canceled long-haul flight can erase hundreds of thousands of dollars. Hundreds of cancellations multiply losses into the millions. Refunds, rebooking, and crew repositioning compound the strain. The belly hold of passenger jets is a hidden backbone of global supply chains. It carries fresh food, flowers, and microchips that keep factories running. A factory in Europe waiting on a Shenzhen part may halt production. A restaurant in the Gulf may drop fresh salmon from the menu. If this breakdown is useful, tap like, drop a thought, and subscribe to explore more what-if scenarios with us. The disruption is no longer contained to airlines. Factories that relied on daily air shipments must redesign their production model. They switch to sea freight. Lead times jump from days to weeks. They order earlier and store more parts. Costs climb while flexibility falls. Ports face sudden surges as cargo shifts from air to sea. A 4-week ocean journey stretches to 6 or 7. Tourism hubs like Bangkok and Phuket feel an immediate hit. Hotels, restaurants, tour operators, and shops lose income at once. For communities built on visitors, this becomes a jobs crisis. A fuel price change or a weather cell can reduce hours in Thailand or slow a factory in Mexico, not directly, but through the system. The system is bending under the strain. Air capacity collapses. Demand shifts to sea. Both air and ocean prices spike. Critical parts compete for the last air slots at extreme premiums. Bidding wars push air rates higher still. Large firms can pay. Smaller firms are priced out. Higher logistics costs pass to consumers as higher prices. Uncertainty triggers hoarding and panic buying. Fear of shortage becomes the shortage. Each effect becomes the cause of a worse one. What began as manageable escalates into a self-perpetuating crisis. To understand why recovery is slow, we have to see the hidden bottlenecks that act like brakes. One of the most critical bottlenecks is flight crew. A fleet can be ready, but without crews in the right city at the right time, nothing flies. One cancellation ripples through rosters, stranding crews. Repositioning crews takes time and money and causes more delays. Fuel isn't just a price, it's a supply chain. Conflicts and blockades can starve specific airports of jet fuel. Airlines quietly prioritize shorter, profitable domestic legs over long haul. Airports have limited slots scheduled months ahead. Mass cancellations throw carefully tuned schedules into disarray. Even planned ATC adjustments can slow the network. Recovery needs crews repositioned, fuel stocks rebuilt, and slots reallocated. It cannot snap back. These hidden brakes make the shock linger long after the trigger fades. We traced a quiet terminal silence into a global chain reaction. It reshaped travel, goods flow, and entire industries. Feedback loops amplified the damage, and hidden machinery, crews, fuel, slots, jammed recovery. The modern world favors speed and convenience over slack and resilience. We can order from across the world and receive it in days. We cross oceans in hours. The hidden cost is fragility. Just-in-time and tight schedules raise efficiency and vulnerability. A hit to a major node can cascade across continents. The core problem is not the shock itself, but the system receiving it. We traded resilience for speed. Knowing this, how should we move forward? Keep optimizing for speed, or add buffers and redundancy. Slower modes, higher inventories, and multi-supplier networks. More expensive and less convenient, but less brittle. Support more deep dive scenarios, like comment with your take and subscribe to IFVerse. It helps others find these documentary explorations. The silence at a grounded airport forces a bigger question. What kind of world do we want to build? Fast and fragile, or slightly slower and stronger? Sometimes the shortest path is not the safest. A little slack can keep the world connected when things go wrong. What scenario should we explore next? Share your ideas below. You've been watching IFVerse, where imagination meets possibility. See you in our next reality.